to ID cards. Here was the Prime Minister launching digital ID.
I'm announcing this government will make a new free-of-charge digital ID mandatory for the right to work. The rule will be that you can't work if you don't have digital ID. And the reason for that is that too many people are working illegally. Clear, you must have ID, mandatory digital ID, in order to work, because we have to stop illegal working.
That is our totally and utterly dishonest Prime Minister at every single level. If you are a foreign worker in Britain, you already have to show a form of digital ID as a foreign worker to your employer on your phone. There is a code you have to apply for, and he, if he's, or she, if they're employing you, legally have to ask for it. So we're told that's why we've got to have it. Yet already we have HMRC saying this is wonderful, it'll pave the way for £600 million of tax grab we can take from people. And before you know it, you'll have all your medical records on there. If you're not jabbed, because the government thinks you should be, you'll find yourself genuinely a second-class citizen. I think the whole thing is appalling. I will not be having digital ID. Put me in prison, not a problem. I will not be having digital ID, and I really mean it. Quasi, why is he lying to us?
Look,
hang on. Why is he lying to us? We already have digital ID for foreign workers.
We've discussed this many times.
I know.
And
I'm getting angry
on this issue, I think you're completely wrong.
Right.
Digital ID, it's technology.
Yeah,
50, 60 years ago, we had paper passports, all of that.
We still do.
We live in we do. We have a digital world. And why wouldn't we have digital ID? Makes things a lot easier.
Well, then why not say that? Why lie to us and say it's for foreign workers when already they have to have a form of it anyway?
So in my view, this is modern technology. It's going to happen one way or the other. If it doesn't happen this year, it'll happen next year. If it doesn't happen next year, it'll happen in 3 years' time.
I don't trust
This is a modern... I know you don't trust government, but I'm just saying as a practical way of...
Quasi, I support digital currencies.
You do, you do.
I support the 21st century world. But that is a private transaction between me and an organisation or a system, not with government.
So you want a paper passport? You think that's better than a digital ID?
Actually, the passports now have chips in them and they read across machines. That's
so
fine.
Why not have digital ID? So you've accepted the technological
because
issue.
It gives government the ability to control every element of your life. I have a feeling, Morris, on this one, that it's not going to fly. Blair tried this really, really hard. They tried for years. I think this is going to fall flat on its face. I can't see Labour putting up with it.
Yeah, and I just want to also share with the viewers that I've got really mixed feelings about it. We don't know who's in our country, right? That's
true.
This is scandalous.
How would this help?
Is that in order to access any aspect of commercial or political...
Commercial's in place already.
Right, then just some notion of who you are. I'm just sharing why I'm Now, I share with you this visceral loathing. I love to walk down the street without any identification. Who cares? But because of, I think, mass migration and because of state inefficiency, then
Morris is right. We don't even know how many people are in the country.
So the argument is, because you guys have completely screwed the country up, we have to have digital ID.
Yeah, that's what we're saying.
That looks like roughly the size
It's a better way. It's an easier way.
Screwed it up over 50 years as well.
No. You're absolutely right.
But what I'm saying is,
we didn't have digital ID 30, 40 years ago.
The thing is that we've got to have a really, this is a problem with our politics. We've got to have this conversation.
Yeah, then we need to have a proper chat about it.
We've got to share with the people the threats to the liberty and the huge advances that can go on through technological innovation. Yeah. That's the stuff we should be talking about. In
Morris,
politics.
Morris, I'm not a Luddite in any way.
I get exactly what you're saying.
I just don't trust the state. Kipling read a very famous poem about paying the Danegeld. The Danish invader comes. You pay him money to go away, but because you've given in to him, he comes back the next year and asks for even more. And I would put it to you that the European Union are bullies. They've always been bullies. And this Prime Minister wanted a reset with the European Union. Well, of course, he was a second referendumer, as you know. And now they are kicking us hard. We've given away our fishing for the next 12 years and much else. Yeah, they want to slap 50% tariffs on steel. Morris, I feel this. I went up to British Steel with Richard Tice, as you know. I helped at least save it for a period of time. Yeah. But this is. You can't be nice to these people, can you?
No, I think this is one of the things that they've really got to learn, is that the EU is not just a bully, it's a weak bully. You know, the whole thing is falling apart. Germany was a disaster, banned fossil fuels, banned nuclear, totally dependent on Putin. Now they're going through industrial disintegration. They're going AFD, basically. Yeah. And then France, look, the government can't even stand up.
So why have we given them so much?
Because we're deluded. We still think that, you know, that Prince album, Dancing Like It's 1999, they're still with the Prince album. We've got to really, really move away.
This hurts, doesn't it?
This really hurts. Now, we've got to have an industrial strategy. I argue, Nigel, that our real strong partner in Europe is Ukraine. They've got resources, they've got an industrial workforce, they've got strong military power. We've got to keep us far away. London, Kiev holds the balance against Paris, Berlin. Paris, Berlin is going down. And then we do have...
That's fascinating.
And I do want to honour something about you, Nigel, there as well. When I was at the inauguration, Nigel introduced me to everybody he knew. I passed those relations on to our government, and it's working. We've got a really constructive relationship with the US administration.
I was pleased to do it, Maurice.
Yeah, and it's the right thing to do. So, Ukraine, that's our business. The United States support us. We do not need the EU.
No,
they're going downhill.
Quasi, why don't we just... I mean, this 50%, by the way, this is the negotiating position.
Of course it is, of course it is.
Don't we just go back and say, right, do you know what? Actually, we're going to take our fish back. Actually, you want to play like this,
that's
we'll
nice.
play like this.
But the problem we have, I mean, we're all in violent agreement, which is not always a good thing.
Which is a shame.
But what I would say is that we've got to play our cards, fishing. But the problem we have is that the government at the moment is led by people, David Lammy,
who just don't accept withdrawal,
Rachel Reeves, Keir Starmer himself. Yeah. They are absolutely committed in their bones to an ongoing, essentially, membership of the EU.
Even if we lose and lose and lose.
That's the problem.
I call it...
And we had that problem, frankly, with Theresa May. You know, she was a Remainer, and she was basically put into bat for us. But fundamentally, she didn't believe that we could have an independent policy.
She saw it as damage limitation,
yeah, exactly.
not as an opportunity.
They all saw the reference.
That's still in our sights, right? We've got to realise, my government has got to realise the huge possibilities of Brexit, the way that we can renew.
But they don't believe that.
Maurice,
they don't believe in
Maurice, I agree they should.
You're in a totally different place.
I'm afraid they're not doing it.
To the majority.
I'm going to move this on, though. I'm going to move this on.